Hello and welcome. In this lecture, I'll be showing you how to use arguments in your functions. Information can be passed to your functions through arguments. An argument is basically just like a variable. So arguments are specified after the function name inside the parentheses. You can add as many arguments as you want, but you need to separate each argument with a comma. In the example syntax here, so I've got the function, that's the keyword, followed by the function name, and inside the parentheses is where you specify the arguments, which are informations that the function will use to perform its duties. You can have as many arguments inside the parentheses. You just need to separate each argument by a comma. And then you have the code block here to be executed. So it's always best to show you this by example. That way it will make more sense. So let me go ahead and do that. The example I have on the screen basically is a function with one argument, and the argument is called fname, which is this variable here. Basically what this will do is that when the family name function, so I've created a function here called family name, and I've passed it this variable called fname. So you can see it relates to looking at the name of the variable, we can tell what the function kind of like does. It's closely related to the name, and you can see the name of the function also makes sense. So when you're creating a function, you need to create a name that makes sense, that reflects what the function is trying to do. So when the family name function is called, we can also pass along a name. For example, John. You call a function by its name. So here, I'm calling the function. So I'm calling the function by its name. I'm passing it an argument. So I passed it the argument John. Here I passed it Jane, James, Jack, and so. So what it's doing now, I've already used the echo statement here to echo this variable fname, then followed by do, then dot, then break. So the dot here means it's going to attach the arguments to the name Doe. Now you see the output here, it says John Doe, Jane Doe, and so on. So that's basically how you use arguments with your functions. Here I've only used one argument. You could use multiple arguments if you wish to do so. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another argument to just jazz this up a little bit. So I have now modified the code to take in two arguments. So the function now takes in two arguments. The first is fname and the second is the year. So now it's echo